There's a pressure we all feel, a pressure to be finished, to be healed, to be whole, to be strong, to be consistent, to be the version of ourselves we think God expects. We don't talk about it out loud, but it sits on our shoulders every day. You feel it when you wake up tired. You feel it when old habits try to pull you back. You feel it when you compare yourself to people who seem further along. You feel it when you pray and don't feel anything. You feel it when you're trying to grow, but the progress feels slow. And somewhere deep inside, you start to believe the lie that says, you should be better by now. You should be stronger by now. You should have been healed by now. You should be past this by now. But here's the truth you need to hear. You're allowed to be a work in progress. God is not impatient with you. God is certainly not disappointed in you. God is not surprised by your pace. God is not comparing you to anyone else. He's walking with you, step by step, every moment, layer by layer. You are not behind. You are becoming. I want to thank you for joining me here on Faith Between the Lines, and I'm Scott. We all love the feeling of making progress, don't we? But it's not linear, and that's okay. We love the idea of steady progress. You know, a clean upward line, a smooth climb, a predictable journey. But real growth doesn't really look like that. Real growth looks like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. A pause, a breakthrough, a setback, a moment of clarity, and then a moment of confusion. A quiet victory, and then a hidden struggle. And none of that means that you're failing. It simply means that you're human. It means that you're healing. It means that you're learning. It means that you're growing in ways that don't always show up on the surface. And God is not grading your progress. He's guiding it. And He's far more patient with your journey than you are with yourself. Without a doubt. You know, sometimes we put pressure on ourselves. We put pressure on ourselves that God never put on us. God never said, be perfect. He said, walk with me. God never said, fix yourself. He said, come to me. God never said, don't struggle. He said, my strength is made perfect in weakness. God never asked you to be finished. He asked you to be faithful. Faithful in the small steps that you take. Faithful in the honest moments. Faithful in the quiet prayers. Faithful in the days that feel strong and the days that feel fragile. You're not failing because you are still growing, and you're following the exact path God has designed for you. And sometimes, along the way, we start believing that God loves the finished version of us, more than the current version. But that's not how God loves. He doesn't love the polished you more than the messy you. He doesn't love the healed you more than the hurting you. He doesn't love the confident you more than the insecure you. He loves you right now, as you are, in the middle of the process. You don't earn God's love by arriving. You experience God's love while becoming. Don't pressure yourself or be alarmed that your growth is slow. It's still growth. We underestimate slow growth because it doesn't feel dramatic, maybe. But slow growth is the kind that lasts. It sustains. Slow growth builds roots. Slow growth builds character. Slow growth builds wisdom. Slow growth builds resilience. Slow growth builds depth. Fast change, can impress people. But slow change transforms you. And God is far more interested in who you are becoming than how quickly you get there. Your slow growth is still growth, and God is proud of you, not because you're perfect, but because you are willing and honest. As a reflection of this episode, I wrote a poem for it called I'm a Work in Progress. I'm not who I was, and I'm not who I'll be. There's a quiet becoming God's working in me, a slow kind of shaping, a gentle repair, a healing that happens through whisper and prayer. Some days I feel steady, some days I feel weak. Some days I move forward, some days I retreat. But God doesn't flinch at the pace of my soul. He's patient and present in making me whole. He's not in a hurry. He's not keeping score. He's forming a future I've barely asked for. He gathers my fragments. He softens my fear. He builds me with mercy year after year. So I'll breathe in the truth that I'm safe in His hands. A work in progress is still in His plans. I'm growing, I'm learning, I'm held through the mess, becoming the person He always knew best. You are becoming someone beautiful. When God looks at you, He doesn't just see who you are today. He sees who you are becoming. He sees the healed version of you. He sees the peaceful version of you. He sees the wise version of you. He sees the compassionate version of you. He sees the steady version of you. And He sees the version of you that reflects His heart more and more. He's not discouraged by the gap between who you are and who you are becoming. He's committed to closing that gap with grace, with patience, and with love. You're becoming someone beautiful, and God is not finished with you yet. My closing blessing for this show today is, may you feel the peace of knowing you don't have to be finished to be loved. May the pressure to be perfect fall off your shoulders. May patience rise in your heart as God continues a slow, steady work in you. And may you remember this truth. You're allowed to be a work in progress, and God is not done writing your story. I want to thank you for joining me here on Faith Between the Lines, and I hope I met you right where you are. You being in here in this space matters, where your questions and comments are always welcome and appreciated. They can be left on YouTube or on Buzzsprout. Before I close, I want to take a moment to honor the families and the men and the women of our military, those who serve, those who have served, and those who stand behind them with quiet strength. Your sacrifice, your courage, and your commitment to this great country do not go unnoticed. May God bless you, protect you, and surround your families with peace and gratitude for all you give. And always remember this: you are never walking alone. We'll see you here next time.